I came across now this one news. It's from Google Cloud. I think this one is worth looking into. Let me bring this news over here. See, guys, we already have a lot of tabs up there. So let me put the news article over here. Maximizing Gemini. Google Cloud makes its bid to build the operating system for enterprise AI. Okay. Google LLC has emerged as the only cloud hyperscaler. What is a hyperscaler, guys? We could potentially put this in our, well, glossary of terms. Hyperscalers are large-scale cloud service providers that offer extensive computing, storage, networking resources designed to support massive scale distributed applications. So they provide cloud services at a very big scale. In short, that's what hyperscalers are. Let me copy this one and I'm gonna put it in my glossary of terms. Let's change the screens. Let's go to our glossary of terms. Hyperscaler. Hyperscalers are large scale cloud service providers. Okay, so guys, this glossary of terms, it's also, I think, something very interesting. Over time I can refer back to it if I need to learn about anything or recall anything. So this is definitely interesting. Now let's come back to our stuff that we were looking into. Okay, and today it issued a raft of announcements designed to capitalize on that current advantage. Okay, research giants cloud unit launched Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform as its new hub for building AI agents. Gemini Enterprise Agent Platform for building AI agents. AI agents are the future, guys. With AI agents, let's assume that there is agent that does one certain task and almost everyone is using it. So, well, it would keep on improving with time with a lot of data. And well, agents basically are like specialized, well, models, or you can say, what could we call an agent? AI agent definition. I think we need to, well, get this right. Refers to a system or a program that is capable of autonomously performing tasks on behalf of a user or another system. So AI agent will be a system or a program. But I think this gets crazy interesting. Let's say that there's an AI agent that is a barber. Guys, see, I'm visualizing this in my mind. This could be the future where let's say there's a system or a program, an AI program that is connected to a humanoid that cuts your hair, and it just does that. It's very good at that. That will be an agent, or we could call it a humanoid agent. What do you say, guys? I think we need to tweet this. These tweets, they are like my thoughts being put out in the universe. Right now we have AI agents specialized to do a certain task and be very good at it. In future we might have humanoid agents. Let's say a barber agent who is very good at cutting hair and only doing that. Guys, this is a very novel tweet. This is a very novel tweet, guys. Let's put a GIF AI robot barber. Let's see if there is already something. What can we put over here? Okay, let's see, guys. Nothing over here. I'll go to Gemini and we'll make something over here. Google Gemini using Nano Banana. Let me bring this over here, guys, and create an image. Okay, AI robot barber. Okay, what do we have over here, guys? This looks interesting. Supercharge Gemini with personal intelligence. Make Gemini uniquely helpful for you by connecting more of your Google apps while safeguarding your info. Not now. We are on to some very novel idea, very novel thing. Guys, I'm gonna put this over here. If we go to Grok, this can be turned into a video, but well, for that I need a premium plus. I just have the premium for now. Right now we have AI agents. Okay, guys, this is a very novel idea. I mean, like, people would be thinking about it, but what I thought was, how would that certain robot be called? It would be like an agent, humanoid agent. These days we have AI agents. So okay, Google also unveiled a new Gemini Enterprise application designed to transition AI from isolated tool into a secure, collaborative, autonomous engineer for the enterprise. Okay, we need to understand this. Google also unveiled a new Gemini Enterprise application designed to transition AI from an isolated tool into a secure, collaborative, autonomous engineer for an enterprise. What sort of engineer, guys? Google Enterprise transition here. Let's search this one. So if it has to be an engineer, what is Cursor AI doing? Cursor AI. I think that is also like a coding engineer for your business. Built to make you extraordinary productive. Cursor is the best way to code with AI. Product agent code review. So it is also a computer engineer for like building a code for you and reviewing it and all that. What are they onto about? What type of engineer are they gonna bring? Let's go to the official source. Gemini Enterprise for the Agentic Task Force, introducing long-running agents, agentic collaboration spaces, and advanced governance. Agentic collaboration spaces. There should be a social media for agents as well. Yeah, as we have deployed Gemini across various industries last few months, including WordBlack. Okay, what I'm looking to see is what type of engineer are they referring to? Automate complex work with a digital task force. With our suite of agent building management tool, anyone can manage a full spectrum of work from immediate ad hoc tasks to asynchronous multi-step workflows that don't require continuous manual prompting. Enhanced agent designer. Okay, agent designer. Okay, this is high code agents. Allow your engineering teams and IT leaders to build sophisticated agents with full code, publish them directly into Gemini Enterprise app for the business to use. Interesting, guys. Building agentic controls. As Silicon Angle analysts have noted, Google is one of the few key tech players that has the resources to optimize tech end to end. Its focus based on the week's announcement at Google Cloud Next has been on maximizing the compute layer, the global network, security, data engines, and the application platform to generate enterprise AI value. Guys, what is this? What is Silicon Angle? Let's see if this is something that I need to keep an eye on. Yes, this definitely seems interesting. A website for AI news. Actually, we were reading it at Silicon Angle already. Very interesting. Okay, guys, let's see what's the latest in AI. Google AI agent. So the last news were from a day ago. Would have been very interesting if it was from a few hours ago or something. So that's why I go to X, because most of the AI news you are gonna find over here. People talking about AI, companies working on AI. Everyone comes here, guys. X is for real time news. So let me close this one. Let's come back over here. New chips unveiled. Okay, so we let's read into this. Being mission control for the agentic world will still require powerful hardware that can run the models for delivering the brain power behind reasoning machines. Yeah, guys, that does make sense. They need a lot of compute power and a lot of hardware that would run these agents. Google addressed this as well with the announcement today of new tensor processing units or TPUs. What is a tensor processing unit, guys? Let us look into it. TPUs are application specific integrated circuits. ASIC. Google developed them to accelerate machine learning workloads. This is the juicy stuff. They are especially, by the way, this was an overdoing. Let's come back to it. They are especially useful for those using neural networks. TPUs are different from CPUs or GPUs. TPUs are engineered to do matrix multiplications and tensor operations efficient. Matrix multiplications and tensor operations. So, what is a tensor operation? Our tensor operations are mathematical manipulations applied to multi-dimensional arrays tensors. They are foundational building blocks of machine learning and deep learning. So, the foundational building blocks of machine learning and deep learning are tensor operations. These operations, which include arithmetic, matrix manipulation, and reshaping, allowing algorithm to encode inputs, learn patterns, and out prediction. So we need to copy all of this related to tensor. We need to put it into our glossary of terms, because this is what we might need to read again. We might need to understand again. Tensor operations. Guys, I'm proud of myself for doing all this, reading all this, learning all this. Tensor operations. So they are the building tensor operations are the building blocks for machine learning, deep learning, and they operate on arithmetic, matrix manipulation, and reshaping. I was guys just revising it. Tensor processing units. Okay, now let's read it and see if it makes sense. TPUs are application specific integrated circuits, are application specific, not general. Google developed them to accelerate machine learning workloads. Yes, they are the building block behind the machine learning and deep learning. They are especially useful for those using neural networks. We also need to read this. TPUs are different from the CPUs or GPUs. GPUs are for general purposes, guys. TPUs are engineered to do matrix manipulation and tensor operations efficient. A TPU will only do tensor operations, and as it says, matrix multiplication. Oh, guys, not manipulation, multiplication. Over here, did I read that wrong? Yeah, matrix multiplication. not manipulation. So this is what makes it interesting. We have to read this as well. Matrix multiplication in mathematics, specifically in linear algebra, is a binary operation that produces a matrix of two matrices. Okay, yeah, guys, I remember doing matrix multiplication in school. Yeah, this is familiar stuff, guys. Yeah, let's go to tensor processing unit. By the way, I didn't record that screen. I was here on this one in my glossary of terms. Let me highlight this one. Let me bold this one, and let's change the screens. You might have been seeing this on the little screen that you see over here, but now we were discussing these matrix manipulations. If you have been to a school, you would definitely know about this kind of class. It was like a chapter in our maths classes, matrix multiplication. So this is all that is happening behind the algorithms. We could keep going into this in detail and all, but the thing is that we also have to worry about our time. We are short on time. Let's see if in future we get to come to this and learn about this in detail. We have to move at blazing fast speed. Okay, evolving market. Okay, this one I need to read to you. We have finally broken the memory wall that slows long context decoding, Wahdat said. So Google had a event, and I think this guy over here, this is Wahdat. Through Google's announcement this week, underscored its confidence in Gemini to anchor an agentic AI strategy. Statements by the company executive pointed towards a development worth watching in the evolution of AI for the enterprise. Competition for the enterprise market share in enterprise AI will rely on the ability of the tech industry's major players to serve as the control layer where AI does the work. Competition for enterprise market share in enterprise AI will rely on the ability of tech industries major players to serve the control layer where AI does the work. So if the AI companies have to get a share in the enterprise AI market, they have to serve the control layer. That is what it means. What is a control layer? Okay. This is also related to that. The headline you won't hear from the stage. Google is not launching AI features. Google is trying to build the operating system for the agentic enterprise. Guys, this is the summary basically. This distinction matters. Features sit on top of the platform. Operating system defines the platform, and the difference between those two postures is difference between selling tools and owning the runtime where actually the work happens. Now it makes, guys. Google is going after the enterprise AI market, and which basically means AI for the enterprises. It's not like consumer AI, the ones that we use in GPT, Gemini, and all that. Why most of the market will miss this? The industry conversation is still stuck at the wrong layer of abstraction. Which model is better? Which who has the best chatbot? Whose benchmark scores are higher this quarter than they were last quarter? The debate is already obsolete. The question that matters now is the one almost no one is asking on stage. Who owns the control plane where actually AI works, does the work? Models are becoming a commodity. Inference is getting cheaper by the month. The leverage is moving up the stack into orchestration, governance, identity, and execution layer. Guys, this is opening new cells in my brain. This is really interesting. The main use of all this is in the orchestration, governance, identity, and execution layer. This is exactly where Google is making its move, and it is the layer where Amazon Web Services, Microsoft, Salesforce, and modern data stack are quietly racing to plant a flag of their own. Agent infrastructure. Google is redesigning infrastructure for persistent, always on agents. Yeah, we understood that. Accept signals around the next phase of TPU evolution, and with a clearer split between training and inference silicon. Expect AI optimized networking and storage tuned for the latency and memory profiles of long running agent workloads, not the batch style workloads that define the cloud's first decade. Long running agent workloads, not the batch style workloads. Yeah, I can understand this because AI models they used to do things in batch, but now it's like the focus will be on long running, continuously running agents. This aligns with what is happening across the entire infrastructure landscape. Nvidia, Broadcom, every hyperscaler. Guys, we learned about hyperscaler in our video. Let me take you to my glossary of terms. Over here we learned about hyperscaler in today earlier. Hyperscalers are large scale cloud service providers that offer extensive computing, storage, and networking resources designed to support massive scale distributed application. Interesting, guys. So next one is data becomes memory for AI. This is how it's supposed to be. Google is expected to lean hard into cross cloud data access semantic layers built on knowledge graph. semantic layers. What does that refer? A semantic layer is a business-oriented abstraction layer that sits between raw data sources and analytics tool, translating complex data structures into familiar business terms. It standardizes metrics, revenue, active users to provide a single source of truth, enabling consistent self-service analytics and breaking data silos. Okay. Gemini is not a model, it's a control plane. Forget the model update, the real plays Gemini reframed as an orchestration layer, an agent runtime, a governance system. A governance system makes more sense, guys. What do you think? And a connection point to enterprise system of record. That repositioning puts Google directly in the ring with AWS Bedrock and its agent framework. Guys, now Google is in competition with AWS, as it says. Microsoft Copilot stretched into Azure, and the Microsoft 365 has stretched Salesforce, Agentforce. This is very overwhelming, guys. What basically this means is that the enterprise market in AI is huge, and these companies are targeting that, and rightfully so, because society is moving because of these enterprises. Humanity is moving forward because of all these private enterprises doing the new developments and everything, and Google wants to be at the back end of all this. So this is definitely big news, guys. I think willingly or unwillingly we covered this Google Cloud update. They had this a couple days ago, this event, and today we covered it. We learned some new stuff along the way as well. So that would be, I think, it for this Google news.